by telling you something, which is was very interesting and has not ever happened as far as I know. I get a lot of communication. I'm somewhat clairvoyant, and then I have I'm a bit of a medium. I have all sorts of things that come in. And one thing, when someone reaches out by email and then I respond, and that happens a lot, right? So I have no idea. And then things are scheduled for me by my automatic calendar, automatically put into Zoom. And when they're sent to my calendar, they don't have a name. It just says, it has my name. It says 1 hour session with Christy. So that isn't really intentional, but I rarely know who I'm getting ready to talk to until I open it up and I go to Zoom and I see the name. So just so you know. So night before last, I was meditating, just getting ready to fall asleep. And I got something about, I have a reading Monday. And I thought, I don't have one Monday, which is today, I don't think. And it was something to pay attention to. It was something about you, but I didn't even know male or female. I didn't have anything, but it was this person, and their intention is to like move out of fear and control and to be uplifting. And I've never gotten that before. So then I went and looked at my schedule and I said, well, I have one on Monday. I didn't realize I did, but that's never really happened where I've gotten some sort of information about someone. So we've got some kind of a connection that I think we might uncover, because that was really all I got. So how did you find me?
All right. I found somebody on YouTube. He posted your reading, I think last week. And let me find you his name,
Daniel.
because I never seen anything from him.
Daniel Hayes. I guarantee it.
His name is Adventure with Hisky.
Yeah, Daniel Hayes. Let's begin with your question. Do you have a question formed that you want to ask of non-physical, anything that you specifically want to talk about today?
I don't really have a question. I contemplated around the question, what would I be asking? I could not come up with anything. Whenever I get a question, I already find the answer myself, and it seems I have problem questioning. So let's go for the reading. I don't know what to expect.
All right. Me. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff rolling. So I think I know I am getting a sense of why. So I have a visual right now of something, and it feels like it relates to you in a way, like to your name. So it looks architectural in a sense, but it's like a big dome, right? What is this? All right. Something in your name, and this may lead us down an interesting path. I can see it architecturally. I don't know if it exists. It may just be a mental image that I have, but the phrase is coming through that it's like the dome or the top of the ascension. Do you use the term ascension? Do you know what I mean when I say the term ascension in humanity?
Yeah, I know the term, yes.
Okay. All right. I'm going crazy. So I can just picture it, and it's relating to your name somehow. And it's almost like it's representative to me. There's something about you that's a leader, a leader and a teacher. It's that. So that dome of the ascension, you're the head of it. And then there's also another part to it that means like you are this word, like praised or thanked. And then there's the reverse of that, where you're also in gratitude. You're in gratitude and others are giving you gratitude. So it's a praise back and forth, almost a worship or a gratitude or appreciation that goes from you to others. And it's it seems related to you, like part of your name and this ascension leader. Like you're, it's solid. You're a rock. I don't know if this means anything to you. It's just what,
It does. If you want me to give you an insight, I will give you an insight
Oh
about my
yeah, if
name.
it means something to you, great. That's great. Okay.
Yes, yes. So my name is Arabic name, of course, right? So,
Yeah.
and it's the same name of the prophet of Islam.
Ahmed.
Yes,
Okay.
and that's the name that's been used in the holy book of Quran for the prophet of Islam,
Okay.
and it means the one who's the most uh who's the guy who's the most thankful or most, yes.
Okay. I can feel that it's like gratitude, but it comes from
Yes.
you and back to you.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. And then it is okay. So it is this, you're a rock. You're something that people stand on, trust. And this, whatever I see, this bubble, it looks like a dome because it looks like solid, but and it's the words are the dome of, so it's like the front edge, the leader of this ascension. And so there's something in this. But you mentioned Islam, and I have around you, I think I might even have a very distant transition, but man, they are staying far back. Transition loved ones. And I can feel possibly male and female, but it is a representation of a lot of religion, a lot of different religious history that I'm not sure you're aware of. So, and what they're feeding me, they're staying back and not being very close. And I think this may be some connection here. There appears to be a collection behind you of what would be Islam, Judaism, Christianity. There's a lot of that, all the representations of spirituality behind you, like in your ancestry, literally in your blood. Do you know this? Are you aware of that?
Not literally, but I was born and raised in an Islamic country, so yeah,
I mean,
probably.
it is very equal. Like your front and present knowledge is of Islam and growing up in that country, but your bloodline, what it's this, I believe it feels like bloodline that they're showing me, but it is a representation of many. It is Jewish, Christian, Islamic. There's several behind you, and there's a inherent like knowledge and inherent understanding for you that as you lean in any direction, you can speak to all and you understand the connection of all, that they're all the same. Is that
Yes.
a conscious awareness to you? It is
Yes.
very prevalent in your field here. Okay. So this is perhaps a bit of a connection that you and I have, which may be what this is about. This is really strong. Maybe it's a spirit guide that we're going to see. So how do you want me to do this? Hold on. So there's something about we've got for you, the way this is going to come to you today. There's something about the number 7. This is part of it. 7 is always, since I was a kid, that is the number for me. If I picked a sports jersey, if I picked an amount of candy, everything is always in 7 for me, almost since I was a child. There's something about you with that number as well. Is it something that you're conscious of, or is it something they're going to present? Okay, so there's something they're going to show you. The way they're going to show you this, it is, wow, you have 7. It's like 7 guides, and they're also, I believe, the transition ones. Do you have anyone that you are particularly, that's transitioned, you're particularly wanting to speak to? Because they are all, I believe there's 7. It's male and female. Some of them feel like very distant, great, and which I've never had them ever. but very far back, like that there is no way you would have known them, but others feel like they are perhaps closer in time in their life to you, that where you might have actually physically been aware of them and known them. But you've got, and there are 7, but they're very far back and not stepping up. So I'm trying to see if there's something you want to pull, if I can get them to come up. I know that sounds crazy, but it's the only way I can think of to do it.
I don't have anybody in mind, actually.
Okay, that's fine. And that may be why this is here. This group of 7, it feels like male, it's both male and female. There's like maybe 4 and 3. And they're the ones showing me the representation of you as all, it is all religion in you, and you have an inherent understanding. The spirit guides that they're bringing in for you, the ones that are forward, are also 7, but they're showing me in levels, like almost universal levels, or like heavens, like there's 7 heavens, and they're coming here to you, and they're going to show you this. So it's the first one, and each one has a stone. Oh, okay. Each one has like an element or a stone related to it that you can connect to. And it's also the 7 chakras for you. This is something for you to do. Something about what they're saying is that you're wanting to know, what I got the message is you're wanting to get out of control and fear in your life and just simply lift everyone up. That's what you want to do. You just want to raise your perspective and raise the perspective of everybody around you. That's the message I got the other night. That seems to be what they're saying here. And if you imagine the chakras, and you imagine them one on top of the other, that you would think that ascension for you, this is the message from this first one. So I'm just channeling, would be going from, root, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, that this would be ascension. In your case specifically, and I'm perhaps all what they are wanting you to think of here in terms of these 7 spirit guides, the 7, they're saying like 7 heavens or 7 levels of the universe. It's funny. I don't really understand it, but we'll get there. But to imagine a spiral. So if your root chakra is here, and you focus your energy and you work on that in a meditation, you just focus your energy, then you are going to move to the crown. You're going to create a spiral in your mind when you meditate. And they're going to give you something to do this too, a hertz. And you go from the crown, and you will move down from the crown to the sacral. And then you will move up to the third eye and down to the solar plexus, right? And to the throat, until you make the inner part of the spiral, which is the heart. This is where you live. This is ascension for you. Ascension is moving from the root to the crown and a spiral and going inward. And as you do that, your physical vibration in the quantum field, your physical vibration goes up. But it is for you to think about a spiral inside. Ascension is not going up here. It is taking a spiral inside, and from here, thinking and acting from here with no fear and no limitation, just from love. This is how you ascend, and you teach others to watch, and you teach them how to go. You, in this essence, pull them along, but it isn't actually going up. Does this make sense to you? That's beautiful.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
that's amazing. Yeah,
that is really
be able to do that.
It's interesting that I think they're going to walk you through it. I really do. They will. So this first spirit guide, it's as if they're like a group, and they look like, it's like stars, but I believe what they're saying is they're angels, and that's this first level. And there's a stone or something like that maybe you could even get that could help you connect. I'm not a big crystals person, but they're showing me that, and it's jasper. Like this first group is angels, they're stars, and this is they're your spirit guides. And what the word, God, okay, here's the hertz for connecting here. It's 888, which makes sense. That's angelic. 888. So you play an 888 hertz from YouTube and you meditate. This jasper stone is also going to, it's going to help you like vibrationally feel this connection. But the word here with them is obedience. I don't, let's see. Not conforming to authority, but meaning to listen, to hear, and don't turn away. So this is listening to yourself. This is getting to your answers, and do not turn away. This obedience is about, in a sense, oh, wow. Knowing that you are safe, knowing that you're protected, and that you have everything you need. Not to be deterred from this path, to listen and to hear. And when the answers feel unsatisfied, you know they are right. But what you are missing is that there must be an experience that connects the answer to your life. When you have the experience, that is when the satisfaction and the knowing. So in a sense, when you are getting these answers, you are philosopher. Yes, the answer comes and it is a philosophy. What you must do from there is to have experience, physical experience of this knowledge that becomes innate, and you become an initiate. And from there, with repetition, you become a master. You go from philosopher to initiate to master. This is where you are going. Right now, you have learned to receive your own answers, and you are stopping there. It is just a philosophical and theoretical synaptic connection, but without repeating it and teaching it, talking about it and reviewing it, it disappears. And it feels as if you never really learned it. But that is just simply because when you ask a question and you receive the answer, review it, talk about it, say it, speak it to yourself, write it, whatever you must do, and then get ready for an experience, to experience that knowledge. So it goes from learning with the mind to applying with your hands to knowing in your heart. You are just simply stopping. And this is the spiral. The creativity and the safety and security of the root chakra to the crown chakra, where you receive information, down to the sacral chakra and up to the third eye, where you see, all the way in to the heart, where it is, and that's where you live. Does this make sense to you? It is beautiful the way I see it, but I don't know how it's coming out. Is it making sense to you?
It does. It does. Yeah.
All right. Wow. Okay. The suggestion here from them is for you to find ways to raise your own personal perspective on yourself and this is a class I actually teach. That's great. It's funny. In every area of your life. So to hear the answer or hear the idea, sense it, get a sense of it, and then take action. That requires you to raise your perspective on yourself. You have a very high perspective on yourself in some areas and a very low in others. This is common. Most people do. Inner peace comes from having a perspective on yourself in every area of your life that is relatively even. It's like spokes in a wheel. If it's up and down, it's a very bumpy ride because they're all connected. Area on yourself in finance is one, but on yourself in your career might be another. The career may be high, but finance may be low, and they are constantly, one's pulling the other one down, and it's messy. So this group, this stars, what first level here is suggesting to seek ways to raise your perspective. Forms of study, podcasts, courses, anything that lights you up, that interests you, keep your eyes open and do these things and begin to raise your perspective. Then you'll be able to hear and then take action. When your perspective is not high, you will not hear an inspiration because it will be something that you think you cannot do. Oh, I can't do that. It might be that, like me, horrible bicycle rider, terrible. An inspiration to go mountain biking would be not something I would even hear if it was coming to me, because my perspective, I'm like, oh, I'll kill myself. I'm not doing that. So I would immediately not do it. Now, it may not be to actually go on the bike, but it might be to look something up, to go to the bike store, to speak to the person. I may never get on the bike, but I'm going to ignore the whole inspiration, which is the quickest path to get me what I truly want, to my purpose. Does this make sense to you? This is why they're telling you, raise your perspective in every area of your life. Look for things that will help you do that. Find spiritual teachers, podcasts, anything you can do to help you see yourself differently. This is everything. This is your vibration that you're emitting, and this path inward to know who you are, to your heart. You have to do that with perspective for you specifically. Okay. You understand?
Okay.
Okay.
Understand.
This is a lot. So I get it. So this is obedience. Oh, cool. Okay. There's something else there. This one is something you can speak like a mantra as you're moving through this, and is a way to connect to this group of your guides. And it is, I'm going to have to scribble because it seems like a lot. We have it recorded, so don't worry. I call upon my family of angels. Assist me to tune in to clear guidance. I trust in the unfolding of a higher plan and my ability to respond and act with wisdom. I am blessed, empowered, and protected. Okay. That is a mantra for you. So put it on your mirror. I don't know. You can say it in the morning or you say it before you meditate, but this is your connection. This is a spirit guide that whatever this is, the 7. I would think the number 7 would mean something. They're rolling it in here like there's these 7, and it's really important, and it's a number for me. So it's funny that it doesn't, this number doesn't hit you, but as something in it is going to, I imagine, in a matter of days, because this is very interesting. All right. It's like they're moving me around a spiral. Okay. So this is 2. IGI. Okay. So this is this second. This is like, this feels like a group of them, but they're rebellious, like young, rebellious, energetic. And that's okay. That's what they're representing for you. This is a time for you to be a little bit of this. That's why they're forward. Are you that at all? Are you rebellious at all? Or are you?
Yes, I am rebellious recently. Yes.
Yes, recently. Okay. Well, they're here. That's the influence. They are young, energetic. They're pulling that side of you, this rebellious side. And what they're explaining here is that you are unique. And listening to the advice and the opinions of others is causing confusion for you. And you are perfect. And they're saying, hear this. You are perfect. You have never made a mistake, and you can never make a mistake. To understand your perfection, you are an expression of God. You are an expression of source energy. That is perfect. And you are living a perspective that is all that's happening. You are seeing life through a perspective. You are God. There is nothing you can do wrong, and there is no choice that you can make that will be wrong and take you off of your path. What they're asking you to do is trust how you feel. Don't listen to anyone else. Go inside and trust how you feel about any perceived choice. And they're teasingly saying whether it is what to order on a menu, which way to turn on a walk or a run, or something that you perceive as major, like where to live or whether to take this offer or leave this one down. It is, how do you feel? It is not about money. It is not about image. Nothing is about any of that. It is about how you feel. And as you start to begin to recognize how you feel, then this rebel, this can come out. But that is that, to just simply say, no, I am not conforming to what everything in history and everything in the books tells me would be the right decision. I'm going by my heart, by my gut. I'm leaving from here. That's the rebellion. It isn't to break the law. It isn't to do any of that. It's to trust your feeling above anything else that might tell you what you should or should not do, how you should or should not behave, what you should or should not wear. This is your inside. Does this make sense to you? They're giving you something. You're going to give you something that is going to help you learn to do this. It is a meditation, but it is a close your eyes. Oh, I can see, this is cool. I'm going to do this. Close your eyes, sit in meditation. Do you meditate quite a bit? Is this something that's a regular practice?
Yes.
Great. All right. They're saying it like it's just something you do. And that's not always the case when I talk to people. They're teaching them how to meditate. In your case, they're saying, go to where you meditate. 2 palms up. And as you lower your breathing, you slow those brain waves down, begin to imagine a ball of light in each hand. Yes? Focus on one. Turn your attention all the way to one and start to notice it and observe it. What color or colors is it? Is it spinning? Is it still? What feelings, what emotions, what words, what symbols does it have with it? What qualities is it? What kind of qualities? Is it heavy? Is it light? Just observe it and notice everything about it. And then once you feel you know everything about it, determine how you feel about it. When you finish that, put your attention on the other and do the exact same exercise. Once you've determined how you feel about that, when you're ready, you choose one or the other. There's no right or wrong. And if you choose one, the other may still be waiting for you later, but you just choose one or the other. In that moment, you can do whatever you want with the one you chose. You can send it out into the universe. You can absorb it. You can roll this one into the earth, whatever it is you want to do with it, whatever you feel in the moment. And in this meditation, once you have done that and you are about to come back before you open your eyes, you just say, my choices flow easily, with certainty and grace. And that's it. And this is going to help you learn to connect your feelings with something that you're observing and understand how you feel about it. All of this is leading to you to be able to not only, you are a leader, you are a teacher, there is something going on here. There is a tremendous something going on that I can feel. And this is what they're getting. You can get your answers. This is not common. Most people are not like you and I. They don't trust it. They get an answer and it sounds like their own voice, so they don't trust. You get it, you know it's an answer, but then you don't know what to do with it from there. It feels pointless and nebulous. It doesn't mean anything. So they're teaching you how to learn how you feel about this stuff, move, and then have experience. But to have an experience, you have to trust and act in the way that you are directed to have an experience of the knowledge that you have gained. The answer will begin to mean something when you have an experience of it. Yes? Understand? Okay. All right, that is very cool. All right, so that was 2. So the next one? This is 3. 1, 2, okay. It's a very short name. I'm just making sure I'm seeing it right. A-N. Like a very, it's just looks energetic, somewhat human in form back and forth, but it's like I'm looking at a blue sky and it's just, I can see it and then it disappears into the sky. And then I can see it again and it disappears. So it feels like it's like part of that blue sky. A-N. A-N. Okay. The message from this one, and this is as you're wow, the 7 moving in. There is a meditation hertz with this that is 417. This is okay. This is that's like an energy block mover, that vibration. I think this message from this on is you are enough as you are. Again, you are perfect as you are. You are a healer and a bearer of light, which would explain what we saw earlier. Recognize your doubt of yourself, your fears about making a wrong decision that are causing confusion. Recognize any judgment that you have of something being right or wrong or good or bad, whether that be judgment of yourself or someone else. Recognize all of these things for what they truly are, which is self-imposed limitation. These are things that you have put on yourself, you've adopted since you were a small child, that you believe to be true, that limit you, and they are not true because you are limitless. And these self-imposed limitations are allowing you to judge yourself or another person, to feel doubt or confusion, even fear, which would be, anxiety, frustration, anger, annoyance, any sort of fear that is coming from something that you have imposed on yourself that is a limitation. And when you recognize that you have judged something or you feel fear, something has occurred for you that you judge as this was bad. I had a car accident and that's bad and I feel bad. To recognize immediately the emotion that you feel, call it, and notice the thoughts that are coming that are causing that emotion. It may be, I've had a car accident, I've lost my job. And rather than recognizing that this is something that you have brought to yourself to get you where you want to go, and this is the fastest way to show you where you are limited. This is here to recognize the thought of someone will be angry with me. There's going to be some financial consequence. How will I get to work tomorrow? What will I do? All of these things, or losing a job that will take you from this is embarrassment. I don't want to face anyone. Now, how will I pay for my house and how I pay for my car, all the way to I'm homeless and I have no respect and I'm on the street. The loss of a job is simply something you have created that you must do to get you where you want to go so that you can move to something else. But your perspective on it is that it is going to take you to being homeless in the street with no respect. This is what humans do. And so when you judge something that you do or something someone else is doing, something that someone says to you as bad, begin to recognize that this is simply a self-imposed limitation. And you can go inside and ask, what is this? What is the thought? What do I believe about myself that is limiting me? I am limitless, so it must not be true. And you find what you believe, and you find ways, evidence in your life to prove it false. This is actually interesting. This is something that I teach, and it's great, but this is very, direct from this on spirit guide, and your meditation here is 417. This is going to, I think, shake up a little bit of that energetic limitation, that energetic block that isn't letting things flow. So we'll see. We'll have to look up what 417 is on YouTube, but I get the sense that it is. All right, another one for, you have a fan club here, and this is wild. I don't think I've ever had this many. For IDRIS. So this is, it's spiral, but it's like rings or something. Like there's 7 of this. I don't know. It's very cool. I wish I could get clearer on explaining to you exactly what I'm seeing, but IDRIS, very male, looks human, but like got an ethereal quality too, but fully human would appear. And for you, this is on your path, and something perhaps maybe you've already developed, but it's helping you develop this. This is about interpretation. This is helping you wow. This spirit guide is to pay attention to how you interpret your messages, how you bring your messages and your information out into the world, and how you interpret, wow, in a sense, all of the religions, all of these spiritual concepts that are the same, and you are able to interpret each and bring the meaning of it together, so that there is no separation of that in the physical world and spiritual. You're bringing that together. That is what you do. This is part of your teaching. You're an interpreter. You can clearly see how they are the same, how they are the one, and you can interpret for each to the other and bring it out into one unified message of spirituality, message of ascension. That's very cool. It's beautiful. But that's this Idris, and this is it's like saying this interpretation, as it takes time and patience, that he is about that, like patience and trust. Like you are trustworthy. This one's representing that trustworthy patience and faith. For someone to rely on your interpretation, you must be trustworthy. And that is what this spirit guide is represented to understand, to know that you are. There is a quality about you that everyone right away just trusts you. They just lean in. They believe what you are saying. They trust it. And that is going to allow you moving on this part of this purpose, which is this interpretation, to bring it all together, to speak to someone who knows nothing about anything non-physical and spirit, but is simply all the way into religion in a 3D way, to speak to them and interpret all of the religions and spirituality, but in a way that they will understand, in a language that they can understand, to speak it in a scientific way, to speak to a Christian about Islam and help them understand how it is the same, and all of it. That's really interesting. So this Idris, it's out of confusion. There must be some confusion. Do you feel some confusion right now going on for you? A couple of them have pointed out this confusion idea.
I don't know what kind of confusion are we talking about, but
Me either. Me either. But yeah, it feels like confusion of like a choice, like sometimes wondering and getting confused, messages about which way to go, what to do, where to step, what's my next move. That kind of confusion is what it feels like.
Probably yes. One of the questions that came into my mind a couple of days ago about this was, what am I supposed to do? I'm getting Okay, I used to say this a couple of years back that I got bored. I don't know what to do. I've finished everything that I have to do, yet there seems to be something I need to do, but I don't know what is it exactly.
Okay.
I feel that I need to do something, but I don't know what is it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So
I
that's
think you're
probably
getting to
something.
it. Do you feel like they're taking you on a path to it here? Can you get that sense? It's pretty amazing. You may have to listen to this again because
I need to listen to it and maybe do some of these meditation and
they're
see.
taking you on a path. It's as if do this, do this, do this. This one, this Idris, and many interpreter is saying patience, you're trustworthy, and out of confusion comes clarity. A clearer path is beginning to open. You do this by going in, by going inside. This first, now this Idris is saying, first you must learn to receive. Here's the word. You are in a metaphorical sense, these two words, which is, I believe it's Sanskrit. I can love Sanskrit. DVARA PATRA. Two words. The DVARA is, it looks like a portal or like a doorway. And the PARTA, it looks like a chalice or a goblet of some sort. And so this goblet, this reputation goblet is both representing you and for you. It can be an object, a teaching, a sublime teacher, even a heavenly being. It is a place, a soft place for you to go, a place for you to be held, but also a place for you to hold. You to begin to understand receiving. You are this opening, this doorway, and this vessel. This is the translation. It is, wow, this vessel of a place for you to land, and this portal doorway to that, and also in turn you offer that out. It flows both ways. But first you must get very comfortable with receiving, and that is going to take you even more raising your perspective on yourself, which is the same as raising your vibration, which is also the same as becoming familiar with yourself. As you go more in and begin to know, get familiar with you, this is God, this is you discovering God, and your perspective will go up. It must, because this is what you're discovering not only that you are that, but what can you become. You don't know what to do next, because this was your question. You have an intention, you came here with an intention, and you are at that place. What can I become? And it is limitless. But this example of becoming that is this dome of the ascension, this rock that I'm seeing, this praised one, but also praising, this giver of gratitude and receiver. But you must understand receiving. This first, you have to receive. It is that you're just part of this circle, and you're just blocking this left side, this receiving, this feminine side. So learn to receive, and you do this way, all coming through these meditations and going in, finding teachings, finding things that resonate with you, but that are new to you. You may know this, you already understand this, you understand this spiritual modality, you understand that. Find something else that you learn and expand your mind and receive that knowledge, and your worthiness to receive begins to go up. And that's important here, because in this learning to receive, this is the time then you begin to give generously of yourself to others. But you first have to take in this new knowledge. You have to find new ways to explain, to share, to teach, because it's becoming entropic. What you know, and it starts to dissipate. Do you understand? I can see it.
Yeah.
New way. It doesn't mean you change your what you understand about spirituality. It is a new way to understand it. It might be following some science, some whatever it is that explains what you understand from your religion and your understanding of just spirituality in general. But now it's learning more and more and more, because you are going to take all of these things and be able to interpret it for others. It is the same. It is whatever path resonates for them to go in and discover who they are and what they can be. But you have to do it first so that you can teach it. Do you understand? Okay.
Yes.
Really beautiful. Really beautiful. Okay. Next is 5. Also male. It's almost that these last 2 are like, they have this essence to me of an ascended master. Do you know what I mean by that? Like someone that was human, like that, like Mary Magdalene, or someone that was human, that was some sort of highly regarded, prophet or something, Buddha even, but then was human, but then has ascended in that sense and is a master. So I can tell that human. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just a sense that I have of them. I don't know who they are or if they are, if the names are even anything real, but it's how they're representing to me, and that's what they feel like. This is like 2 of them, both males, sort of together. Aaron. So Aaron, Aaron. Okay. Now physically, this one honestly looks very similar to you, like feels your age even, and dark and beard, and it, looks really similar. So mirror, Aaron. And the other one it was 2 words, ELMORA. Okay, I'm going with that. I think that's right. This is 2 of them. So, okay, this is forward for you and taking you this level. This is about your leadership and leaning into that. They're giving you a light on where you are going just a bit so that you can listen and lean into it. This is about your leadership. This is about they are here to help you understand, to believe in your own strength. But something you are not doing is leveraging the power of, call it the universe, call it the quantum field, call it them, your spirit guides, God. You are not leveraging that power. You are having an idea or letting your body or habitual behavior lead you into a direction. You get up and you have coffee. This is your body leading you to some sort of habit. And you are thinking that you have to do everything for an outcome in any level. And it is just the inspiration that you get and your focus on it and letting go of it and leveraging. They're saying you have so much power behind you. You have the power that creates worlds, and all you have to do is put your focus and do what excites you about it. And the rest of it, they will bend time. They bend physical reality laws that you can't imagine. They're beyond that. The universe, this power can do anything. If you think you don't know how this could possibly happen, don't worry about it. Know that because you have a desire and you are not attached to the way that it looks. Do you understand what I mean there? You may have a desire for a relationship, right? So you go, okay, but I want it to be that person in this way. And that isn't it. What you want is the feeling of that. So you get that thought and that feeling of it. And then you say, that's up to you. And from here, you will be inspired. I can't wait. I want to go to this park for some reason today. And you just act on it and you go. This person will run over you with the bicycle and it will occur. But this is something you are not leaning fully into. Can you resonate with that? Do you understand what I'm saying? Does that sound like you? Yeah. Okay.
It does sound like me, but recently I'm trying to actually shift it, and I'm trying to act on any impulse. Just I'm trying to be open as much as I can.
Good.
One of them is booking you, right? So I just saw it.
Right. Perfect. Exactly. So and that's what these are forward with. They're nudging you in that direction. So that feeling lately, that idea to do that is they want you to have this visual. You've set this up for yourself to have a visual of where this is coming from, right? This is coming from this Aaron and Elmora is coming from this whatever this level, this power of 7 that they're showing me in the circle. It's coming from that. And this is your nudge to act more on inspiration and to not worry about the outcome. Don't concern yourself with it. Just know you've set it out there and now you'll just be inspired to turn left or right, to get up, to go to sleep, to wear this or wear that, to make this phone call. You will be inspired and understand that's coming from them. I'm sniffly and stuff. Sorry. So, okay. Okay. So they have a little bit of a mantra that you can say to connect there. Ooh, this was a little bit long too. All right. I surrender. Oh, this is about surrender. Good luck. This is a tough one. I surrender my life into the hands of the universe. Oh, the loving hands of the universe. Align me with the most magnificent expression of my life journey. The one that serves the great ascension, of Gaia and humanity. I surrender through divine grace. That's it. Okay. So that's another little mantra for you. Before you meditate, after, in the morning, you just put these up around and just something for you to say. There's something it's designed specifically for you. It's, you've brought it. So there's something in just the vibration of the words and the way they feel. And perhaps you could even play with an interpretation of it in another language as well, and see how it feels to you to say it. It just makes an adjustment in your chi, in your energy flow. And they can be very powerful. And these ones that are, you've done it, right? You've written it and I just get it and it's coming right back to you. But in essence, from these spirit guides at this level, whatever it is, 5 here, I guess. Yeah. All right. This is interesting. 6 here. This is interesting. So this 6 is again about a leadership, but it is leading simply by inspiration, like in the moment. And if I have this right, this energy is actually Moses, Moses, I think that's right. And I can feel this, and this is strong. This is something about, there's something in this is strange. And there's some connection that you have to me that I have. My last name is Levy, and they're reminding me, and that's original tribe of Levites, right? And I did my 23andMe, and I'm like, I mean, it's insane, right, where my heritage is. This Moses, this is also, I believe, what I'm getting is that's that tribe, the Levites. And this is a very strong, this spirit guide, this Moses energy has always been with you. This is something you brought in with you. So it's interesting, right? I mean, this is representing this rainbow of all of these things that you bring together. There is something about you, specifically your uniqueness, that is unifying of these different types of it's spirituality and religion. There's something about you that's like a funnel and a way to interpret it. But this is maybe why I resonated with you. There's something connected to this, that Levy, that's something I chose. If you paid attention to my name, it's Christy Levy. It's a paradox. And my parents did that, or well, whatever. They say I chose my own name, but I'm in that vein of you too. I'm also a communicator and a translator. You're a bit of an interpreter, but there's something about that I'm starting to get an understanding of. And this Moses has been with you. This is a spirit guide that's been with you your whole life. And it is about that, some sort of transcendent knowledge that there isn't just one way. Does that make sense to you? You have always essentially known that, because you are going to bring it all together to help anyone wherever they are to get this feeling and this ascension. Does that make sense to you?
I hope so. I don't know. That's too much responsibilities.
It is not for you. And it is this feeling of boredom. You know, do not fake it. You know, you are meant for something else. You know,
Yeah.
something unique, and and you are bored with anything else. You want to go, and there's a reason. You feel that. I mean, I've never had a message about something I'm going to be doing on Monday. I don't get a lot of future, occasionally, but not often, especially for myself. You know this. It is not any responsibility, because you and everyone is perfect. We are taught in our religion and in our homes that we are not worthy, that we're less than, that there is something outside of us that is greater than us. And that is a shift that is difficult to move with it, to understand that we are an image of that. We are God, what can I become? And that everyone, that isn't anything wrong. It's our judgment, our duality. It's all just experience. And that powerful limitlessness, you have a sense of it. You know who you are. I can see it. I can feel it. I look at you and tell, you know it. It's this. It's just emanating. And you're bored because you know it, and you feel like you're at some starting line and someone's holding you back. This is your permission to go, not worry about what it looks like, not worry about what others say. Trust this. You know everything. Have these concepts come to you, and then have an experience so that you then master it. You can do this in a number of ways, but taking a class and these things where you have an experience is a way to do it, to learn all the different ways to get to the same thing that you inherently know. And then you can bring it all in. You're just a funnel too. It's very cool. So this last one, which is this outer layer of these levels that they're showing me, which would represent, in a sense, ascension, but then also you've got the spiral that's going in. And this looks like a tree, right? This is very cool. Never seen this before. Okay. All right. So it is a tree, but it's consciousness. This is that level for you. This is heart. It's like tree of life. Oh crap. I didn't realize it was still on. Tree of life. But it has a name. Okay. 3 words, but they're hyphenated. This is SIDRAT, and then there's a hyphen. It's moving. Sorry, I can't get it. And I think AIAL, and another hyphen. MONTAHA.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you know that? What is that? Okay, but it's like a tree.
Yeah, it's the infinity tree, or the final tree, or the wisdom tree, or something like this. I don't know how to translate it, but I know the word in Arabic. I don't know what the.
Oh my God. Okay, well, this is the consciousness of this is, it's a guide for you, like a spirit guide for you that you can connect with. The hertz here is 528, which I believe is a heart. This is the final, this is as you move through all these chakras, this is the heart. This is the center of you, which is the infinity tree. Wow. This is maybe one of the coolest readings I've ever had. I'm sweating. Like the energy is pouring. 528 hertz is a connection. If you know this, then you just have to think of this as tree. Many, all eventually, but your answers are coming from here. So you have these levels of the angels and the stars, and as you move out, and these names, which you can attempt to look up and see if there's something connected with these names. It's like what Idris, Aaron, of Moses, obviously we have, but the names of it, or what they are, and how you can, other ways you connect, but they're clearly telling you how to connect with each one. And it is simply when you are inspired. If you are thinking about something and it's about your leadership, then you can go to one of them, and you know exactly how to connect and get an answer. Start to be able to clearly delineate where, when you ask the question, who you are asking and where it's coming from, and that will help you to get more of the satisfaction and in the answer. It creates a conversation for you. It isn't ethereal anymore. It is an answer, and I don't quite understand, or this isn't satisfying to me. Where do I go with this? Your answers can be that clear, and it is conversational. They come in and then do this. If you want to understand this deeply, then do this, because you have to have the experience to go from the philosophy to the initiate to the master. This is what you have to do. You have to have the experience. Okay. I think everyone's quiet right now. Very interesting. Okay. How do you feel? Do you have any questions for me or for anything? You can ask whatever you want and see if I can get an answer for you.
I'm stumped. I don't have anything. No, I think I'm stumped.
Are you okay? I mean, are you overwhelmed, or do you feel satisfied, like you got somewhere here, or are you?
Yes, I think I got somewhere here, but maybe I will need to watch this like a couple of times and take notes. Yeah. And maybe start acting on it, because maybe as you said, maybe I need to practice it, or to bring it into action to actually know it, right?
Yeah.
So.
I think so. As you listen to it, it'll take an hour or so for this to convert for me. And as soon as I can, I will send it to you by email. It'll just be a link to Dropbox. Does that work for you where you are? Everything okay? Okay. I will send that, and you watch it. I'm always here for you. I have an interesting connection to you, and we're very similar, and this is interesting. And I think that there may be more and other answers. So as you listen to this and watch it, if anything comes up that you don't understand or you want clarity, just reach out to me. I'm always here to do that. I'm happy to answer anything. Email, I love it. I'm happy to do it. So if I can get more, I will. If I can go back in and remember, it's a different sort of memory when I do this, the way that it's burned, so I can go back to it and feel something or get something and help you. But you may need to listen to this 7 times.
Probably.
You may need to listen to it a lot.
Yeah, I have maybe question, maybe I don't know if it's related or not, probably because the way you explained it. So the last point, which is number 7, is the heart, right?
Yeah.
I want to start there actually. I want to open it a little bit more.
You
So if
open
you
your
have
heart
anything,
more
yeah, just a little bit more.
on that. Like, why is that the 7th or the center?
Yeah, yeah,
No, I will. I may even, the way that they showed it to me and the drawing. Do you have a familiarity? I mean, I'm sure you understand the chakras, but do you
oh, yeah.
focus on them? Okay. So this is what they're showing. I'm going to draw it here. So we've got crown. Then we have, am I getting where you think? Okay. Third eye, I will make sure I'm on to your question, what you're understanding. Then we have throat. Then we have heart chakra. Then we have, where's my head exploding here? Solar plexus. Okay. Solar plexus chakra. Don't mind my drawing. And then we have sacral chakra. And then we have root. So what they were explaining to you was for you to understand something. And it was that ascension, of course, in our human linear mind means going up.
Oh, yeah.
I can break down this reading now and see how much they were playing with you so that you could understand the way this concept is so very human of ascension, and they are wanting you to stretch your mind. Ascension, of course, is a rise in frequency, which is a scientific thing, quantum field, quantum physics thing. Ascension in spirituality and religion is typically thought of as also going up. They gave you these 7 levels of the universe, or 7, and they kept saying heaven, like level of heaven.
Yeah,
7,
for
it was
us,
very weird.
yeah.
Yeah.
In my language, we say heavens. It's
Okay.
7 heavens.
Instead of universe. Okay. Well, that's what they were showing me. I've never even heard 7 universes, but that's what they were doing for you. And they were showing it to me almost in these like domes, circles, which is what they showed me in the beginning, was this dome, this stone sort of dome, and calling it dome of the ascension, but relating it to rock. Is very interesting. So they're showing me these domes, this one, and then this layer, and then this layer, and this layer, and each one of your spirit guides that were presenting to you were inside of each of these, which would imply going up, right? But it was as if it was a dome, like a circle, like Russian dolls. It is very interesting. But then the chakras, to think of the chakras, and here is ascension. And this is how, can you see this? Oh man, that's not
Yes.
smart. Okay.
Yeah, well,
So what they are saying for you is to, when you think about this and you think about ascending, you go to meditate and you're going to do a chakra meditation. What is typically done is, if you want to do aligning, is you start here and you go up, you ascend up through the chakras.
That's the standard.
This one has, right? This is how they want you to think of your own ascension now. They want you to focus on the root chakra in your meditation, but then think of a spiral and then go to the crown. And from the crown, then you go down to the sacral chakra. And from the sacral, you go up to the third eye. I know my drawing is messy.
Yeah.
I can even snap a picture and send it to you. And then third eye down to the solar plexus. From solar plexus, you spiral to the throat chakra. And then from here to the heart, which is the center of the spiral.
Yeah.
So this is also ascension. This is not going up. This is a spiral. Yes. And
Okay.
this is where you end here. This is that dimension where you function solely from the heart, your connection to everyone. But you have your safety and stability, your knowing that you're protected here in the root chakra. That is where everything is safe, all the way here to your crown, where you receive messages from spirit, from out this area, which is not outside of you, but that feeling and that connection to everyone and everything that is non-physical, all the way down here to the sacral chakra. You begin to, go with your feelings, your all of this, and you're up here to the third eye, where you connect with others here, even in physical reality. You begin to clairvoyant, you understand what someone is thinking, feeling, this communication to, back here and around, but until you are here at the heart, which is everything brought into this center. This is where you act. This is your ascension. This is where you are going and what you are teaching. Yes.
Okay. So, all right. That's interesting. Very interesting. Thank you very much. Really.
It was interesting for me in the visual. I learned a lot. And I got a lot out of that, which I always do. I always get more than you.
I didn't have to say anything.
No, I talked a lot. I hope that you got it. I think it will come through on the recording. But it was a lot firing at you. And so just watch it.
No wind inside, nothing was right. Tonight's our night. Tonight's our night. I'll fight for you until this life is over. There's no giving up